Alright, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Hoof Hearted Brewing, and they are out of Marengo, Ohio, and this is their Goblin Mode. So this is a double IPA brewed with Citra, Nectaron, Mega Motueka, Super Sauvin, and Kohia Nelson Subzero hop Kief. It comes in at 8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. And this can is just over 3 weeks old. And I'm going to give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Curtis, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies he sent my way. And he sent me 6 beers in total, 4 of which were hop forward. And this is one of the 4. And I'm super excited about this one because here in the Buffalo, New York area, we really don't see Hoof Hearted drops as much anymore. And when we do, it's typically the contract brewed beers that I think they contract brew at a brewery in the New England region. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but we usually don't get the Marengo, Ohio brewed beers, so that is a bummer. And this sounds absolutely crazy with the hop bill here, and this is a collaboration with Vacationland Distributors, and they're out of New Hampshire, and they apparently distribute a lot of great breweries from out of state, and I think some in-state to New Hampshire. So that's pretty cool. I'm here for it. I cannot wait to get into this one. This label is absolutely fantastic. Sometimes you just Goblin Mode, you just start going crazy and you get hammered. Isn't that what the Beer Patrol is all about? Maybe, I don't know. We're gonna crack this open, get in the glass, see what we got going on. So I'm expecting something completely different in this one. Citra, Nectaron, Mega Motueka, Super Sauvin, and then the Subzero hop Kief. Yeah, I mean, that just sounds pretty wild to me. Try to get a decent pour here, see if I can get the vast majority of it in here. A little bit of a drip down the side, but I saved it. That taste was almost tasted like fruit juice, like actual fruit juice. We've talked before about, like, when I talk about fruits and from hops and beers, I'm talking about, you know, the fruit as is in terms of hops, not as like actual fruits. That just tasted like straight fruit juice. That pour was fucking pretty fantastic apparently because yeah, this beer looks awesome. It has like this peachy kind of, you know, orange color, very vibrant in person. On camera's gonna be a little bit more dull, but in person, very vibrant, almost sunshine-esque. 2.5 fingers of this infinitely creamy, very tightly compact bubbled head that looks like it's going nowhere. That looks absolutely perfect as far as like a hazy double IPA goes. Hold up the light, you can't see through it. Yeah, that is fucking spectacular. It looks awesome. Let's get a nose. What the? Wow. It smells like there's actual fruit juice or something in here. It has candied peach, so peach gummy rings. It has freshly squeezed orange juice. It has a bit of like a lemon lime Sprite kind of thing, probably from the Mega Motueka. Passion fruit, dare I say gooseberries? They exist, Joe. Nectarine, big stone fruit. So peach, nectarine, I would say mango for sure. Maybe even a bit of apricot. The stone fruits are definitely leading the way in the nose. It has this spicy, herbaceous dankness. And I've said that, did I say that about, I'm reviewing this a couple days after the Trillium beer. I think I said that about the Trillium, the double dry hopped Stilling Street. That had this spicy, dank herbaceousness on the finish in the taste. And I'm getting that in the nose though. It almost smells like the spicy mangoes that DJ over at DJ's BrewTube, good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber for many years, doesn't post really at all anymore, but he would say like spicy mango, like the spicy mango skin that you would get closer to the skin of the mango. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm smelling here. Yeah, it has that, like, in that Sprite or 7-Up kind of like lemon lime vibe. I'm not getting, despite the Super Sauvin and the hop Kief, that's the Sauvin hop Kief, I'm not getting like a lot of white grape, white wine, just a little bit of gooseberry, or what I think is gooseberry. Dude, this smells fucking gnarly, but also delicious. Like, it smells like it's gonna be something that I'm gonna thoroughly enjoy. My one hope, based off this nose, is that it actually has a bitterness or a firm dryness to kind of balance it out, because it does smell like it's going to have more of that like pure on juicy fruity goodness that can sometimes lean too sweet. So we'll see. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again to Curtis. Delicious is what this is. Oh my God, that fucking finish is really nice. Pour the rest in here. See if there's any goodies or anything. I don't think so, though. I poured the vast majority. Again, the label is just fucking gnarly. Yeah, off that first sip, everything carried over from the nose, including that spicy, dank, herbaceous finish. I cannot get over how awesome this beer looks. Who the fuck cares about appearance, Joe? You're an idiot, I know. But if you hand me a glass that looks like this and it's like, here's a double IPA, I'd be like, fucking yes, give it to me, let me take it down. Body, higher side of medium, lower side of full, 8%, a little bit bigger, drinks more like closer to a 9, maybe 10%. Has a little bit of thickness, a little bit of viscosity in it. So it's nice, kind of coats the palate. The mouthfeel, good carbonation, like just under moderately carbonated. Still smooth and creamy on the palate though. So body mouthfeel, really damn nice. I'd say very good to great. The taste, this is a haze bro's dream, but also someone like myself can appreciate it. Why? Because again, of that finish. I've said that in a couple reviews recently where the finish has kind of not saved the beer, but really enhanced it and made it not only drinkable, but something that's in my wheelhouse. And that's what's happening with this beer. This beer right here is exactly what I kind of want out of a beer that the first half to 2/3 of the palate is a full-on juice bomb. Yeah, so front of the palate is freshly squeezed orange or like tangerine juice or like the hybrid of like a grapefruit and orange juice. As it passes through, the stone fruits are just insanely impactful in this beer. I'm getting, in no specific order or no particular order, peach, mango, and nectarine. And it's sweet, over-ripened versions of it. You could say peach gummy rings. You could say over-ripened peach, over-ripened mango, or over-ripened nectaron, that's the hop, nectarine. Any three of those to me, you could pick up on this one. I'd be like, yeah, totally. It's just, but it's like an over-ripened version of them. And then halfway to 2/3 of the way through the palate, I start to get a little bit of like a dry, like white wine, like crisp white grape character, probably from one of the two Sauvins. But I'm also getting this underlying like pop of like a Sprite or 7-Up, like kind of soda pop, like where it's just like, yeah, no, it's there, it's sweeter for sure. The finish is that spicy, dank herbaceousness. And what it really lends to the beer is something that isn't a fruit character, so it breaks up the monotony of all the sweet, juicy fruit, but it also seems to dry out the palate, because this is bone dry to me with a mild to moderate bitterness. This is very dry. So the first, 2/3 of the palate, quite sweet. It's very juicy. Again, a haze bro's dream, but the last third of the palate really balances out for someone like myself. It's like 55-45 sweetness to dryness. Such a mild bitterness here, I wouldn't take into consideration that like it really plays a huge role. I think what plays a huge role is the dryness. And again, I've said this a lot, and some of you have agreed with me in the comments. When it comes to beers like this, I want that balance. I want that balance nowadays. This would be a beer maybe like 3-4 years ago, I'd be losing my shit because it doesn't have any bitterness or dryness and just drinks like straight fruit juice at 8%. Not like that anymore. I want that dryness. I want that bitterness. I need something to balance it out, and it does have the dryness to do so. As I'm drinking it, I'm getting more though of the Sauvin. Like it has more of that white grape, white wine dryness. I'm also getting a little bit of like a passion fruit, like pineapple pop as well. Very complex with the fruit characters. I've probably said like 8 to 10 different fruits, and I'm not bullshitting you. I'm definitely getting it. Look at the lacing. Lacing is fucking phenomenal. This is a great beer. Holy shit. The last two beers I've had from Hoof Hearted, both from Marengo, both sent to me by Curtis, are fucking winners. And that's the difference. Like if you're into craft beer, whether you have a YouTube channel like I do, or you just post out on Tapped or Instagram, or you just talk to your friends locally, or maybe you don't, you just drink it. I think you probably understand contract brewing can, help a lot of breweries get their name out there. But in a situation like this, where some of the contract brewed Hoof Hearted stuff I've had has not been that great. It's been pretty solid, decent, overall, But then I get something like this, and I'm reminded of the first time I've had their beer back in the mid-2010s, where I had a couple of their beers, and I just was like, holy shit, like, you know, this is a great beer. This is reminiscent of those days to me. This is a fucking fantastic Hazy Double IPA, New England Double IPA, whatever you want to call it. It's really good. 8%, no warring my chest, nothing on the palate. This is superb. It really is. I'm going to do one more sip, and I'm going to rate it. I did see the score on this accidentally. I remember. I think this got a 4.2 on Untappd. I'm gonna go higher than that. This is kind of fucking. It's a fucking tasty beer. Plain and simple. Like, it's a great beer. So Goblin Mode from Hoof Hearted in collaboration with Vacationland Distributors. All day, every day. High 4.5. I'm gonna go 4.6. This is fan-fucking-tastic. I love this. Thank you very much for sending me this, Curtis. When I saw the different hops, I'm like, wow, that could be a little bit too much. Too many hands in the cookie jar. Too many hops in the cookie jar. In this review, I was going into it, and I always say don't go into reviews with preconceived notion, but I'm thinking, you know, I don't know. We'll see how it ends up. Ended up really damn good. So thank you to Curtis for this one. Really good stuff. All right, price point availability. I think it was $5.50 a can. He left the prices on it for $5.50 a can. Did I check their? I may have checked their website. I think it was $20 a 4-pack. Regardless, he paid $5.50 for the can. Yes, I would definitely pay $5.50 for a can of that and $20 4-pack all day, every day. And availability is Hoof Hearted. Again, a lot of places see their beers, but a lot of those are the contract brewed. I don't know if they still contract brewed. I just know some of the beers I've reviewed over the past 5-6 years on my channel, a couple of them have been contract brewed, and a couple of them were really still good, and a couple of them weren't. Some of the ones I've drank off camera in the past were contract brewed, and they weren't that great. The two I have reviewed recently from Curtis, both from their Marengo, Ohio brewery, delicious. So I would say if you can get their stuff that on the can says, all right, here it says brewed and canned by Hoof Hearted Brewing, Marengo, Ohio. If it says that and doesn't say, you know, that it's contract brewed or brewed by a different brewery, then definitely pick it up, especially if it's fresh. They do, what I like here, you're not gonna see on my shitty camera, but they do have the can on date here. This was 10/15/2024. I'm reviewing this one in early November, hence the just over 3 weeks on this one. So this is fucking great. Thank you very much, Curtis. Yeah, I've not much more to say about it. Touched on the ABV, the balance, everything else. I think this is fantastic. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about it. I'm going to drink the rest of that, and as you can see, there's not a ton left, but I'm going to drink the rest of that and probably enjoy every single sip. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Glass lacing for the win. To the next one. Cheers.